sandwiches, but I'm David Bonbon. Here with Sammy Kornheiser. Sammy, 50 Shades of Grey came out over the weekend. Have you seen it yet?
I've seen it 3 times. Still haven't learned a thing. Alright, ladies and gentle boys. Super Bowl 49 is gone. It's past. Other than the halftime show, what did you like about the game?
Left shark! Okay. I really believe that New England had it in the bag when they went down and scored that last touchdown. But then Seattle came back so quickly with that deep pass to Curse, the juggling catch on his back, and the wherewithal for Malcolm to knock him out of bounds. That was just a tremendous. At that point, you're like, oh my God, New England's not going to win this. You know, they got the ball, they're inside the 10. So that was my biggest takeaway, other than the call.
Yeah. Why don't you give it to Marshawn Lynch?
I got some stats for you here. Okay, let me go to the yellow pad.
Put your glasses on. You can't see. You're like a freaking mole. Star-nosed mole.
Seattle, a mole.
Mole.
Dig your way out of that one, mister. Seattle, throughout the year of 2014, had 86 plays. 86 plays inside the 5-yard line. Do you know how many times they ran it? Of those 86? 79.
I was going to say that.
79 out of 86 times inside the 5 they ran the ball. Didn't have to be Marshawn Lynch. Sometimes it was Russell Wilson. They had others. Why do you pass it there?
Just hand it to Beast Mode. They call him Beast Mode for a reason.
You know, and I'll tell you what. I've heard Pete Carroll trying to finagle his way out of, oh, it wasn't a bad call. If we would have caught the pass and got in for a touchdown, you know, it would have been a great call and we'd be Super Bowl champions. And so it wasn't the call, it was the execution. No, it was the call. It was the call. I'll tell you what. If I offer to give you $1,000, you could either put it in the bank and get interest off it, or you could throw it down the toilet. Which would you do? You take the interest. You take the sure thing. So don't try and spend yourself clean of this, Mr. Toilet Paperless Pete Carroll. All right. Talking about the Super Bowl, I want to talk. I know we're not going to talk about the halftime show, but let's talk about the commercials. I know, Katy Perry. Woo!
Lift your
Commercials. Blah, 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 blah. They were nationwide had to come out with a press release within an hour of their commercial justifying. Because remember, they had the kids and they're, oh, I'm never going to get married, I'm never going to get to have kids, I'm never going to do this and that because I'm dead, there was an accident, TV fell on me, something like that. Is that really how you sell insurance? I mean, the commercials, come on, make me laugh.
This is you right now. He's angry. You're an angry little elf right now.
Because it didn't make me laugh.
You are taking this at a whole wrong point of view. This Super Bowl year, I guess you could say, is more about putting information out, making people aware, than trying to be funny. Now, credit, there were some funny ones. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha! That's Snickers. Snickers has a bunch of really good commercials, might I add.
It is.
But I think it was more informative because of all of this, especially with like the Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson. So I think they tried to take it a step back from being funny this year.
Fine. You want to draw awareness to a cause? I'm in full support of that. Have a day. Have a month. Okay? Have a color. Pink for breast cancer awareness. Do that. It's a Super Bowl. Make me laugh.
He's steaming now. He has fire.
I'm hot.
He wishes. Okay. Mike McCarthy has given up play calling in Green Bay. What do you think about that?
Very brave and very necessary. I know people are going to attack him because of the field goals he took against Seattle inside the 5. But when it comes down to it, having been head coach for several years at the youth level, you got to understand, as a head coach, you can't do everything. You can't see everything. You can't coach everybody. The head coach actually coaches the coaches. Okay? He shows them and tells them what they need to look for, what the fundamentals are, and he coaches them up. Okay? Because if a head coach tries to do everything, he's got 2 eyes for 10, 15, 50, depending on what level you're on, players. 2 eyes isn't going to catch everything and make the team better. Good coach will have 6, 7 assistants, maybe more depending on the level. He gets them on the same page. Now all of a sudden you have 12, 14, 20 eyeballs going around, working with people, helping them get better. That's really what you got to do. Now as a head coach, you want the power. You want to have that final say. You want to call every play. You want to say, I want to blitz here. But you just can't. You got to coach your assistants up. And if you can't trust them to call what you think you would call, then you got the wrong assistant.
Can I talk? Can I talk now? Because this isn't the David Bonbon show.
Maybe Angry Bird will talk. I can go on.
This show is going on. This is. We're going down the toilet. Our ratings are down because of you.
All right.
Okay, back to. But he is indirectly taking the blame for this loss. They kicked 2 field goals at the 1 and then at the 2-yard line when they could have just done a quarterback sneak with Aaron Rodgers, and they were up by double digits both those times. I mean, what do they have to lose? I mean, they're up 10-0. They're at the 1-yard line. Just do a quarterback sneak. And if they don't, they start with the ball at their own 1.
Are you done yet?
I took less than half the time. But then Seattle was doing nothing until after they made that second field goal.
But he's not imposing blame upon himself for those calls. As a head coach, you have that headset on. Even if you're not calling plays, it's your decision. Are we going to go for it or are we going to kick it? What does every coach say? You don't take points off the board. You got a 3-pointer right there. You got 3 points. Okay, take the 3 points. You want to gamble in that NFC Championship? If you want to gamble, you're gambling with your job. Okay, so whether he is the head coach calling plays or a head coach not calling plays, he's still going to make that call. Go for it or kick the field goal. So he's not blaming himself there. Sorry.
Whatever. Just
try again.
What's next?
Samuel Joseph. You are the GM of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You have the very first pick in the upcoming NFL draft. There are 2 very highly touted quarterbacks out there. A Marcus Mariota and a Jameis Winston. Who you got?
Well, it'll be smart for the Bucs is to try to trade that for 2 or 3 picks. Maybe even another first rounder. But
can I talk yet?
They need
Not the Tammy Cornruption show.
But I would take Jameis Winston because Jameis Winston can fit in all 32 systems when Marcus Mariota can only fit in 9, which is not one of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers systems.
Okay, here's the thing.
Can I talk now? No, how does it feel?
The GM that drafted Jamarcus Russell, what happened to him?
Goodbye.
Yeah, he got fired. The GM that drafted, let's say, Ryan Leaf, what happened to him?
Goodbye.
Okay. What happened to the GMs that drafted Russell Wilson in the 3rd round and Tom Brady in the 6th round?
They're sitting in a pile of money.
Pile of money, and they still got their jobs. Okay. If I'm the general manager of Tampa Bay, I got my ear to the phone. I am listening to every single offer. I'm going to see what I can get. There's got to be a team out there like the Redskins who make stupid decisions. And when it comes to the draft, Robert Griffin III. and they gave up 5 picks, all starters for the Rams. There's going to be some team that's stupid enough to do that. You take that. One player will not make the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a playoff team next year, not even a Jameis Winston. And if you take that risk of taking Winston, your job is on the line, and you may be that GM that goes bye-bye. Now, I'll tell you what. And it happens quick. The GM that drafted Robert Griffin III 3 years ago, he's already gone. He's already gone. It happens too quick. You have got to protect yourself. You have got to get. One person's not going to fix it. You got to get 4 or 5. You got to get 4 or 5 and build yourself up.
All right, whatever.
Okay.
The college football playoff is done. Whether we like it or not,
Nope.
Ohio State is the winner. Now, who's your final 6 in next year?
For next year, so the 4 playoff teams and then the 2 looking in.
And that's what I just said.
Okay. It's not going to be anybody from the Big 12. They don't have a championship.
You already got that wrong, but whatever.
They don't have a championship.
So, and we know that.
They don't have a championship.
Yeah, undefeated.
This competition committee will not let the Big 12 have anybody in because they do not have a competition.
Undefeated.
You do not have a championship. 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 Okay.
We went freaking undefeated.
So-
we went freaking undefeated.
Don't have a championship. If you had a championship, you wouldn't have gone undefeated. Okay. Who do I got in? Unfortunately, I have to say, yeah, Alabama. I truly believe that the Big 5 conferences will all have somebody in the top 6. So from the SEC, I'm going Alabama. From the Big 10, I think Ohio State will be in a position to repeat, irregardless of who's quarterback in the team. I think Urban Meyer might jump in there next year. I'm not sure. From the ACC, I got Duke. I like Duke. I like what they're doing. They're growing as a team. From the Pac-12, I got Oregon. But the 2 teams that I really think are going to be in the national championship, because they're going to win their championship games, I have Nebraska, because I'm loyal, and na boo boo. And then I also have UCLA. UCLA only lost 5 scholarship seniors this year, and they were good this year. So they, even though one of them's Hundley, blah blah blah, only 5. So they're coming back stacked. They got Jim Moore he's a great coach. I really like what they're doing down there, and they could just sweep it. I think they could sweep it, at least until they face Nebraska.
Yeah. Well, you can't leave out TCU and the Heisman winner, Trayvon Boykin.
Don't have a championship. Don't have a championship.
They're gonna, if they go undefeated, an undefeated Big 12 team is just as equal as a 1-loss Big 10, SEC, or Pac-12 team. Probably not an ACC because the ACC isn't as high. But
I so wish I had my iPod right now.
And then I have number 2 at Ohio State with Ezekiel Elliott, Cardale Jones, J.T. Barrett, and Braxton Miller if he stays. Then number 3 I have UCLA coming out of the Pac-12. I don't think Oregon is going to be able to hop back with the loss of Mariota and a bunch of other star players. Number 4 I have Alabama. I think Blake Sims can develop more into a passer and know how to throw a tire spiral and lead receivers, unlike against Ole Miss, where he literally threw the game away. Number 5, I have Clemson winning the ACC. Yeah, Clemson. Did you see how they played against Oklahoma? Oh, and who had Oklahoma winning as a 28 confidence? Oh, yeah, you! Okay, and then 6, I have Nebraska with Mike Riley.
Mike Riley? I made you think about it.
No, I'm just... Why do you always have to interrupt me?
Is it my turn to talk yet?
I think Mike Riley can develop Tommy Armstrong into a passer and have him throw for an average of 380 yards a game and 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
Because that's what he's known to do.
You got Clemson over Duke, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what,
Duke sucks.
we're going to take a break because I got to go buy a book on college football for dummies for him.
No, for
Thank you very much. No, you get Clemson.
Undefeated.
They're not going to go undefeated.
No, not Clemson.
TCU.
TCU. Just go to a commercial.
Coming summer of 2015. Drama on the field. Starring the American Girl dolls.
Hey Lily, share the football. Oh my gosh. You can have the ball if you figure out how to maintain these clothes and this helmet. Kit, what do you think?
I like boys.
This film is not yet rated.
After he stops vomiting, he picks 4 issues. Let me see
Mail
what's
time?
first. I hope people know that you're joking. We don't treat our interns that way. Thank
They
you,
stole our show.
sir. Because we treated them that
What
way.
the?
What
This
was
is
the
our show.
result from the
They are so
There were
old.
a lot of good ones, Tone. There were a lot of
And they're not
kids out there
as good looking as us.
around the TCU like you.
How are they more popular than us?
You predicted it.
Maybe it's because they have better funding.
In that
Maybe because the people that watch us don't forward us to their friends.
Alabama beat
Maybe if we got a little bit more views.
Alabama can run the
And-
team even with that difficult
And the
schedule.
music. What is up with that music?
Tuscaloosa this weekend.
Here at Sprint, we have a promotion that we will cut your bill in half. Oh, hi, Bill.
Oh, hi. How you doing? I haven't seen you. Ah!
Fall time today.
All right, Sammy Kornheiser. We're going to talk about the next topic that's close to my heart.
Can I? Are you gonna let me talk now? No. Okay, proceed.
Major League Baseball is discussing whether or not they should change the strike zone, whether they should make it bigger or should they make it larger to speed up the game. Your thoughts?
I think it's fine the way it is. But umpires have their own version of the strike zone. If this particular umpire likes to call it low and outside, coming from a pitcher, I mean, a pitcher isn't going to have it every single day. We all know that. We all have seen it. Unless you're Madison Bumgarner.
He's a dick.
No, he's not. You're just saying that because,
I'm jelly.
yep. And,
Guilty!
and he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Everyone's jealous of lefties.
Dick.
Okay, back to the point. Coming from a pitcher, if you can't find it that day, but you can somehow always find it in that low and away,
And they're giving it to you.
yeah, and they're giving it to you. You know what? Get married there, have your babies there, live there day and night.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from as a former pitcher myself as well. However, as a former pitching coach who's only found one umpire in my 10 years of coaching that I agreed with his zone, I would have to say it does need to change. Not the strike zone area, but the umpire's opinion of the strike zone area. It's black and white. Knees, letters, black of the plate, black of the plate. Okay? Not all umpires call it that way. I'm telling you, I have been to, let's see, 70 times 10, 700 games that I've either pitched, coached in, something like that. Okay? And one umpire called it knees, 2 letters, black to black. Now, when I say black to black, this is like the end zone on the football field. If that football touches or crosses the very front of that white line, it's a touchdown. It doesn't have to go all the way in. Okay? Same thing with the baseball. If a lace of that baseball touches that black, it's a strike. Okay? And another thing, these balls.
Sorry.
You got a lot of balls. You got a lot of strikes. A lot of strikes that aren't called strikes, that they're called balls. Because that guy has no balls and no brain.
Okay, back to the point.
Back to the point. These circle changes, these curveballs, sliders, these pitches, they have movement. They have movement. Where do they cross the plate? Okay? It may look hot. It's under the letters. The strike zone is fine. Just call it that way. Black and white. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Get rid of the umpires. Do it electronically.
Are you-
Figure it out.
Are you done with your rant?
Probably not.
Okay, well, you better be. March Madness is nearing, and I'm pretty sure we can all remember our preseason Final Four, and thank God that is as far away from us as possible.
See, that's the great thing about basketball is if it goes in the hoop, it's good. It's black and white there. No problem with the officials and their opinion of whether
Okay, I'm sorry.
March Madness. Come on, just give me.
Pick your Final Four in the March Madness.
My Final Four would all be top 1 seeds, and I know that's only happened, a couple times, and I actually predicted it a couple years ago when it did happen. But my bracket that year sucked, as it has sucked every year that, and I don't understand that, because I've done fantasy football 3 years. All 3 years, I won the championship. I have done the March Madness bracket about 20 times in my life, and I have not guessed the top 4 but once, and that was when all 4 number ones made it a couple years ago.
But you almost got every single other game wrong.
I know! I never come close to winning it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Basketball sucks.
Back
Okay.
to the point.
So, who's our top 4 right now? You got Kentucky.
Yep.
I've already been on record saying they're going to go through the season undefeated. Number
Right.
1,
I agree with you.
they're going to be there.
I got you. But they're not going to win.
In the top 4. In the top 4. We're just talking about top 4.
Yeah, but they're not going to win.
We're just talking top 4. They're not going to win. Okay. Then, obvious, Duke. Duke is there.
Yeah, and they're going to win.
Yeah, I have them winning too.
They're going to win.
Duke is going to be there. Gonzaga.
Yeah, I got them too. They're going to win too.
See, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
They're going to win too.
And if you've noticed,
You're sure of the title.
I have all 4 top 4 teams there. So therefore, I have to put in Virginia. So
Okay, that's where you're wrong, sir.
it could be.
I got Wichita State. being
I
top
was
1 team.
wrong once in 1979. It could happen again. Go on.
I got Wichita State being that last team because somehow every single year they can find a way to get to one of the final rounds, whether it's the Sweet 16, Elite 8, or Final 4. And because they're the Shockers. They're the Shockers!
They're the Shockers.
Yeah.
Shockers.
He hit me earlier because I did that.
I thought he was
But-
grabbing my boobie. Okay, we're going to go to a game that I like to call Corn on the Odds Maker.
Nice. Did you come up with that yourself?
Actually, I had that imported from France. So, what we're going to do,
Okay.
we start with 4 questions. Dizzy Izzy, go with the 1.
What are the chances Kentucky remains undefeated?
I'm going to break that down into a 2-part question. What are the chances they're going to go undefeated for the rest of the season? And what are the chances they're going to go undefeated? Bless you. Throughout the tournament. And I'm going to, it's odds makers, I got to give you a percentage. So, undefeated, really, it wasn't that fucking funny. Come on, use my language. I apologize. Don't let your kids watch me, apparently. Okay, for the rest of the season, excluding the playoffs, 100%. What's funny about 100%?
Don't let your kids watch. I thought of like kids babysitting you.
Do you have giggles? He has the giggles. Okay. He has the giggles.
Just talk. Just talk. Talk.
Where was I? Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. They're going to finish the season. See, I can compose myself on live TV. They're going to go undefeated. They're going to finish the season 100%. Now, are they going to get through March Madness without losing? Now, I don't think so. I really don't think so. So where I'm going with them, I'm going to say 25%. There are 4 regions, 25%. They have 1/4 of a chance. That's the best I'm going to give them. I'm not going to go higher than 25%. Sure coughs a lot.
I almost threw up. We got 79% that they're going to go undefeated. And
Through the regular season.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I got 32% that they win the SEC championship and the national championship. Which what? Which they're not.
They're not going to do. Dizzy Izzy, what's next?
What are the chances that the Denver Broncos take a quarterback in the first 2 rounds of the draft?
It'd be very wise to. But I'm giving it a 67% chance that they will.
Bless you. What? Is it
the
cough and
cough.
cold season here? God, we're alive! People, 0% chance. Like I said earlier, Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, what their general managers are where? Gone. Okay? If you're going to take somebody in the first 2 rounds, you better be dang sure that they're going to work out. Okay? Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, 3rd, 6th round. There's plenty of good quarterbacks out there. There's plenty of quarterbacks out there in free agency that you can go and get. Don't risk it in the first 2 rounds, especially not when you're Denver, even though you're going to lose the best quarterback ever. Better than Tom Brady. Ever. Yeah.
Do you have to rant?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. So, I would say 0. It's 0. Next question, Dizzy Izzy. Oh, do you want a chance? I thought
Yeah.
you started.
No, yeah, I did. Dizzy is the next one. Because she's going to respond to me.
There are 3 running backs with their futures undecided this offseason. Ray Rice, Adrian Peterson, and Marshawn Lynch. What are the chances that at least 2 out of these 3 running backs are starting week 1?
100% that all 3 are starters week 1. Ray Rice, he's taking out a full-page ad, thanking the fans, apologizing. His then fiance, now his wife, obviously has forgiven him. Adrian Peterson has obviously shown remorse. They've done the right things. They've gone through it. They, as a country, Marshawn Lynch is beast mode. He's got to be picked up somewhere if Seattle isn't willing to pony up the money.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Right. So all 3 of them, and keep in mind, the United States of America, we are a very forgiving people. I mean, think about it. Since the Super Bowl, nobody's even mentioned Deflategate. We're a forgiving people. All 3 starters next year, 100%.
I'm going to say 74%. I can see why Lynch wants to leave. I think they may let Peterson slide. I don't think they're going to let Rice slide. Just because, I mean, we don't have video
No, we haven't.
of Peterson,
Oh, yeah.
but we have video of Rice. And I know they made up. I know she says it's not a big deal. But I'm giving it a 74% chance that at least 2 of them will come back.
And it's never excusable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to put it in perspective. If, for whatever reason, she loves him enough to marry him after that, the good has got to far outweigh the bad. Which leads me to believe this was a one-time occurrence. He lost judgment. I don't know if he was under the influence of something at the time. I'm not sure. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. And to be honest, because she married him after that graphic thing that we saw in that elevator and before the elevator, they're still married. you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. So, Dizzy Izzy, it's a tough subject, and it'll be debated for a long time. And Adrian Peterson, Ray Rice both have come out and said they're going to support the cause to raise awareness for those domestic issues, and I applaud them both for that. So, Dizzy Izzy, what's the last question?
What are the chances that Jeff Gordon wins 3 races in 2016?
Well, Jeff Gordon is a great racer. My favorite racer of all time. But he wins. He's won like somewhere from 2 to 5 races the past few years. 2 to 5, and that's full year. So I'm giving it a 27% chance that he'll win 3. Because it's going to be hard for him to win 3 when he's only going to play about like half.
The problem with your answer is you're young. I am an old fart. I have more knowledge. I know something about this. Here you go. When you do something at an elite level, like he has, for as long as he has, if you reduce it and take away the Allen Iverson practice, and all these races that they're not part of the Sprint Cup. They're just races. Daytona 500, be there. Okay, Indianapolis 500, be there. If he takes his time, goes to the right courses, okay, gets his personal life together with his wife and his family, and that is all okay, where he doesn't have to stress about that. The only stress is, okay, when do I pass this Dick Harvick in front of me? Okay, he does that, races, and maybe 5-10 races, he'll win 3. I will give him a 99.99999% chance of getting 3 wins.
All right. And thank you, by the way, for your little present.
It's a smile.
Okay. Thank you, Dizzy Izzy. Do you have any final words? No, she left. I think she's still laughing. I heard her.
Hey, she's
on the ceiling!
She's got my candies. It's Valentine's Day. I gave her some candies.
Oh, okay.
She's pissed at me I didn't give her some roses. I was like, I'm married. I can't give another one roses.
Yeah, even if she's an intern.
Right.
But, alright. We'll take another commercial break, because I gotta poo!
Come on, dude. You promised me to play basketball. Owie! Owie!
Dad, have a Snickers.
Why?
Because you turn into a drama queen when you're hungry. Better.
Better.
Whew, I needed that.
Is it breezy in here?
Is your fly open again?
It's February 15th. I've been on Match.com for 10 years. I've been on eHarmony for 10 years. I've been on ChristianMingles.com for 3 years. I even tried BlackPeopleMeet.com. The day after Valentine's, I'm still alone. Everybody hates me. Nobody loves me. I'm gonna eat some worms.
No.
One fell up. Welcome back, Knuckle Sandwiches. It's time for our next segment.
Fire or foul?
The Chicago team from the Jackie Robinson League, Little League, was stripped of their titles. Is this fair or foul?
I think it's foul. Now, if they used a player that was over the age, then I think that would be fair. But, I mean, they used someone out of their district,
their area.
region. I mean, we don't. Little League hasn't really classified if it was within the state or if some East boys came to play with the West Side kids.
5 miles away, by golly.
Yeah, but so I say foul.
I say foul for a different reason. Cause it's foul because these young 12-year-old men, this wasn't their decision. They've been doing this their whole life. Hey, come play for us. Okay. Woo! Okay, they're recruited. And they're good enough to be recruited even before high school or, the NCAA for college. So, it's foul because they didn't know. It's not their fault. Why do they get punished? Is it foul because of the adults? Let's talk about the coach. He knew what he was doing. He went to other coaches and other vice presidents that are being sworn by death threats, for God's sake. Because they said, hey, they cheated. Well, they did. Leave those guys alone. You want to yell at somebody, yell at the coach. Yell at the one that was trying to cheat. That's all I'm saying. Next, Tiger Woods. Fair or foul? There have been analysts and reporters who have been crucifying Tiger Woods over the last 6 years and saying, he's done. 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 He's done.
He's got one more in him. He's done.
He's done. Fair or foul?
I say fair. I don't think he can get it done anymore with his knee problem, his back problem, and well, I don't know. He probably has some other problem we don't know about. Wink, wink. But I mean, when was the last time he had a hot streak? It's kind of hard. I mean, there was this one time, but I mean, no one really can say that was a hot streak.
Well, I will definitely say I believe in Tiger Woods. I will believe that he will win this record. He will have the most wins of all time. But I believe this criticism is fair. And I'll tell you why. He's my age. Every morning I wake up, I have a new Howie in a different area of my body that I have never felt before. And I go to my wife, who is more than 10 years older than me, and she has no sympathy for me. None whatsoever. So, this is something that it happens when you get old. And so do I think it's fair? Yeah, I do.
But
Well,
no.
Go ahead.
Also, when
Make sure you
when-
get your time in.
when businessmen retire, when policemen retire, when a bunch of people retire, what do they want to do? They want to golf. Old people like to golf.
So it should be fair. He should get his chance. Because when old people get
You're
to
saying
golf.
then it would be foul because
No,
he's
you're-
not done.
No, I'm saying it's foul. You're saying it's trying to be
I
fair.
thought you said it was fair.
I said foul. No, I did say fair, didn't I? Okay. Jim Harbaugh. was told after the Week 15 loss to the Seahawks, he would not be the coach of the San Francisco 49ers in 2016. Yet he chose to coach the team in the last 2 seasons. Is this, even though he had took them to the NFC championship game in his first first three seasons. Is this fair or foul?
I would say foul, but just imagine everything he just said, except for all the three stuff he said. Just put that into my words so then you can understand it. So I'm saying foul because he said everything that I was going to say.
That makes no sense. So I'll tell you what. There's a saying in the Midwest. You gotta treat this like your wife. And here's the saying. If you can avoid it, it's best. But if not, be honest. Okay? If you can avoid it, great. I mean, obviously they couldn't. They came to a head. They had this conversation. Why would San Francisco, who had a coach that took them to the NFC Championship 3 seasons in a row, in his first 3 seasons, and said, you know what, you're not making the playoffs this year, bye-bye.
Alright, next one.
Alright, fine. I'm just saying. The possible next starter for the Oregon Ducks after Marcus Mariota is drafted
Yeah.
could be a transfer from the Eastern Washington University, whose coach, upon learning that his freshman redshirt quarterback, now a junior, is interested in transferring to Oregon, has said, guess what? You can't use our facilities. Is that fair or foul?
I just think it's foul because he's given so much to this program, averaging 11 wins a year and only 3 losses a year, which in the FCS, that's kind of hard to do, especially with having a championship series and playoffs where 24 or so teams get to go on, and having 11 wins and 3 losses. I mean, you should still let him do what he can for himself because he's giving you so much.
I would have to say foul. You want to go somewhere else? Fine. Don't let the door.
Fair.
I'm fair. You're right. You're foul. I'm fair. I'm more fair than you. And he is too. Don't let the door kick you where the Lord split you. You want to go after all we've done for you? I don't care if you've given us 33 wins in 3 years. Okay? You want to leave? Fine. Go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You want to use our facilities? Oh, wait. Let me think about this for a second. Hell no. Bye-bye. You're gone. That's what I see. Okay. Now, we're going to move on to happy time. It's happy time. Valentine's Day was yesterday. It's happy time. It's happy birthday. Happy birthday, Galileo. If you would have had a little bit more stamina, you would have been 450 years old today. Happy birthday, Galileo.
Galileo.
Galileo. I missed you.
Happy anniversary to Dale Earnhardt Jr., who won the Daytona 500 today in 1998.
Happy trails to Kevin Hart's ankles. You chose to defend Monique Davis, and she made you look like a punk Just so you know, Kevin Hart, I know you're a comedian. You can make lots of jokes about this. A 12-year-old little girl made you look stupid. Happy Cheers.
Now on to the scares.
You mean the airs?
There were none.
Yeah, no, there weren't. Okay. Next, the big finish.
Big finish.
Usain Bolt has decided he's going to retire after the 2017 season.
Like Bolt, 2017 cannot come fast enough.
Ooh.
Peyton Manning is not retiring. What you think?
Super Bowl or bust. Carmelo Anthony has said he's going to shut it down after the All-Star game and not play again the rest of the year. What do you think?
It's time for Melo to mellow down. D-Rose threw up a monster game against the Cavs. Do you think he is back?
Nope. Stephon Curry won the three-point competition in the All-Star competition. So, is he the MVP?
Not really. He's tried to win the three-point contest 3 times now, and he finally got it. Left Shark. What's the big deal with this Left Shark?
He doesn't want everybody to know, but he was the left shark. He was a left shark.
Okay, you were the right shark. I was in sync.
You were the
not.
left
You
shark.
were not
All right.
in sync.
We're gonna take a little break. Knuckle sandwiches. Until the next time.
Screw you, Canada.